This is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
Downtown
And
Andy.
he's downtown Andy. Welcome.
Bald
Good
and
morning.
beautiful.
Good morning. And we're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. I forgot the script for a second.
I don't have any coffee.
No, you drank your coffee
That's
already.
Right, I did.
Yeah,
We're,
you got up early and drank coffee without me.
We're doing it a little different today.
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost behind the scenes, but it's not.
Yeah.
This was
my bright idea.
So can you imagine what it would be like if we just did an episode now? And I said, okay. So why not? It's not first thing in the morning. It's early. Yeah. It's in the morning.
You asked for a kimono. I brought you a kimono.
Yes. I didn't want to go on the air naked.
I asked for a shave. You gave me one.
Yes, I shaved your head last night. Not this morning.
Like I said, it's always like a usual, like very typical of me in October. I always lose it in October, like because
lose it in October.
Fucking male pattern baldness, yeah.
Don't we all?
And people are always just like, "Why do you shave your head in October?" I'm like, I don't know.
Why not?
I like the cold.
What does it matter?
Yeah.
What does it matter when it happens?
There's no rules.
Yeah, there's no rules. No rules, just right. But here in podcast land, we have rules. 3 rules for the sake of civility. 1, 2, 3. No judgment, nothing personal. Don't be a dick, especially this early in the morning.
Yeah.
Early in the morning is probably when you're most likely to be a dick to people, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, try your hardest. You out there in podcast land,
well,
everybody.
Now that I think of it, like some people probably listen to this in the morning on their way to work.
I know I do.
Maybe they catch it the next day.
Hi,
maybe
sweetie.
The day after that, maybe the next week. Maybe they're 1 week off, catching up.
Yeah.
But it's just like, can you imagine if we had a morning show? If we just,
it would be terrible. We'd both be angry all the time.
I often wonder, like, how things would go if we did it live, 1, and 2, if we had like a daily show like some people do, and just like we'd run out of things to talk about so fast.
I don't think we'd run out of things to talk about because we talk to each other every single day of our lives.
We talk to each other every single day. We don't talk to our audience every single day.
No, but we could. I mean, that's just it. We could. But I think that our audience would probably, I don't know. Since we don't have a creative director.
They're in the room.
Since we don't have a creative director. We don't have a creative director to,
She just went upstairs.
To like, schedule our topics and our guests and whatnot.
You're
and
saying
everything.
we need a manager.
We don't need a manager. I'm doing just splendid. I'm doing just swell.
You're wearing a lot of hats these days.
So this is why I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm not a morning person. No. Are you?
Do you?
I find it hard to believe that you're a morning person just because you're always up in the morning.
Well, I've become one.
No, see,
no, I've definitely become one.
But you like it?
I've gotten used to it.
But you like it?
Listen, I used to be like so many people and be able to sleep until 10, 11 o'clock.
I miss those days.
I
do.
But
I
also,
blame the dog.
Those were also during days when I was able to stay up till midnight, 1, 2, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, being on the computer. Before the days when we were on our phones all day long and all night long. So back when I had the desktop going, had the television going, probably had the radio going, like
the radio and the TV at the same time.
Dependent on
That's
the night.
Weird.
Well, I mean, so for those of our generations, back in the day when I was just telling you about this the other day, I saw an interview Rob Reiner did with Bill Maher, and he was talking about All in the Family, and he was saying how. Kids these days, they don't know what All in the Family is. But back in the 70s, it was a shared experience. You had to get together with people to watch it as it aired.
But I have mentioned that, first of all, what is it? You lost me. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. What does that have to do with the morning?
The whole point of the story, well, because you said, you had the TV and the radio going.
Oh.
It's like, back in my youth, there were radio shows that I wanted to catch as they were airing. And there were television shows I wanted to catch as they were airing.
What's funny is you mentioned radio shows, and I immediately went to like old-timey radio mysteries, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? You're younger than I am. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh, like the morning zoo kind of show. Like, your morning drive, radio shows. Like
Yeah, but
like,
not late at night. Like
but like the shows that people would put on the radio in the car to drive to school and work and stuff like that. Because you said radio shows, and the first thought in my mind was like 100 years ago, and I'm like, that's not right.
I was around. It was nice.
I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah, no, but like there were like college radio, because like I had friends who worked for the college radio station, so there were certain ones of those I wanted to listen to.
College radio made me want to barf.
There was a wrestling radio show on Wednesday nights on Radio 104 called Pile Driver.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It's
so like they would play like the kind of music that like the wrestling audience would be into. Oh yeah. And talk about wrestling, and I was just like, this is awesome. But you had to tune in for it. I
grew up with my dad playing nothing in the car. My dad was a radio DJ when I was young, and for some reason, the only radio station that man ever played was CBS AM radio. It's the only thing that was ever on in his car, and so he would drive me to school, because I was younger, and I would go to, so my mom would drive Amanda to school, and then my dad would drive me to school, like an hour or so later. And then when we were in my mom's car, when Amanda and I were both going to school at the same time, my mom drove both of us, we would always ask for like one of two radio stations that played the exact same thing. One was Radio 104, and I don't remember what the other one was. It was the alternative X107 maybe, or something. I don't know what it was called, but I know it had a 107 in it, because it was the alternative grunge station. My parents lived off of their respective radio stations. Yeah. Mom's was WBOR. WBOR. With, what was it? And now we begin your day with the Binky the Clown Show. Wait a minute, not WB. No, that's W Boar. No, I'm thinking of. See, you're right. It's early, and I've got Garfield on the brain. No, WOR. Okay. WOR with John Gambling. No. Nope. I got nothing. Anyway, that was her thing. Every time she'd drive me to school, it always had WOR on. WOR. Something in the city, like something. Yeah. With, whatever. And Dad's was always either WMNR or. Yeah, the Fine Arts Radio channel, all the classical music and car talk and all that stuff. Or it was, what the hell, NPR. Oh, God, NPR. Yeah. This is as bad as CBS. CBS at least was like, I think he got tired of it, I can't handle. It's so funny. Nobody listen to me because, we're doing a podcast. But, like, when I like talk radio just killed me growing up. It was kind of obnoxious to have to be like, so like if Dad was driving me anywhere, we have to listen because in Dad's car it was either talk radio, classical music, or the CB radio was going on, because he had to know what all the truckers were doing. Did you eat breakfast as a kid? Yes, all the time. Usually, like on school days. Like as I got older, I started putting it off. Later and later, like because it was always like cereal or frozen pancakes or waffles. But like getting ready to go to school, did that include having breakfast? It was so long ago, I can't really remember. Like, I want to believe, like, I know I ate cereal on Saturday mornings, but like, yes, the weekends I remember having breakfast, but like, because we didn't have breakfast at school. I don't remember. I couldn't wait till lunch. So when I was in high school, get excited about school. One lunch. Of two things would happen. There was a little like alcove that sold bagels, and if you got to school early, you could go ahead. What grade is this? This was high school. High school. Yeah, we had the same thing. We had a little alcove that sold bagels and snacks. We did. Eventually, they did away with it. Again, the pinky can't go high enough. You had a Subway in your high school? We had they like imported Subway goods. Oh my God. Yeah, the most we had was Snapple. It was actual Subway brand. That's crazy. But my senior year, they did away with that. But like when, the other thing was that when we got to like when we got to be upperclassmen, one person every day would be like, I'm stopping at Cafe Piccolo, who wants what? So it's like, okay, because we were all in the same, because all the theater classes were first period. So we all had first period together. So it'd be like, oh, Kelly's going to Cafe Piccolo. Do you want a bacon, egg, and cheese? And that's basically what it was. It's just bacon, egg, and cheese for everybody. Oh yeah, that's what everybody walked to Mistyville for. Yeah, so we would get that. But like I remember I remember having Pop-Tarts, toaster strudel. When I was at my grandmother's house, she would make a hard-boiled egg for me, and I would pretend to eat it.
I love hard-boiled eggs.
Yarks.
Just ask the Marx Brothers.
But I don't remember when it stopped.
When breakfast stopped?
Yeah. Because I don't do breakfast now.
Like what time they stopped serving it?
Like what? Like when in my my adolescence, not even my adulthood. When in my adolescence did breakfast stop?
Well, I mean, getting back to your original question about being a morning person, like again, I used to be able to sleep in. I used to be able to stay up later.
Yeah. You can stay up later.
I choose.
You have stayed up later.
Right. I just choose not to.
Yes.
Because
you succumb to the urge
Listen,
to sleep.
I had a very unfortunate experience where I was not allowed to sleep by certain people who would not be quiet, would not be considerate, which is why I value sleep so much, not only for myself, but like if you're trying to sleep, if the boy is trying to nap, like I'm not going to disturb anybody's sleep because I wouldn't want somebody doing it to me.
My ex would play computer games in the bed next to me. Like he would be like, "Oh, I'm not tired yet," and everything. So he would literally put his laptop on his lap, and I'm like, I'm this far away from it, and I'm just like, I can see it through my eyelids, asshole. Please put the. So I got the gall, the nerve, the audacity to say, if you want to do that, can you leave the room? We have this whole apartment. You can go ahead and play that like at the table or on the sofa, maybe. Like, but
I spent a lot of my 20s working overnight shifts, so I would work 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., midnight to whenever, like, and so naturally I would sleep I wouldn't sleep very long during the day. I'd usually get up at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I was, I overheard, if he doesn't like it, he can go home.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was after, nice. Moving into my ex's house because, somebody wanted me there.
I've never been a morning person. I've always been able to function in the morning, but my desire to do so has always trumped that. It's like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, I do miss being able to sleep till 10 a.m.
Even now, I get up when my body says it's time to get up or when my alarm says it's time to get up. Yeah. And a lot of, like, especially over the last, 10 years or so, I'm up before my alarm goes off. Like, I tell people at work all the time, like, my alarm is set on work days. My alarm is set for 6:45. Mm-hmm. I'm up anywhere between 5:30 and 6:20.
And I used to, when I was in middle school and high school, my alarm was set for 5:30 because we had one bathroom, and I'm like, I'm gonna be the first. Yep. I'm gonna get in there. Don't get me started on that. I'm like, I'm gonna get in there and get that hot water before anybody else gets up. And I had it down to a science that I would be able to get up, shower, and get out just in time for like my mom's alarm clock to go off.
Let's come back to that.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
So anyway, so at least for now, like pin in it. My morning routine is, because it's largely dependent on when the sun is up, like because before we got together, I was used to blackout curtains, like complete blackout curtains. And, because we have the building lights outside that are on all night long, especially like those will keep me up.
I need them.
Yeah.
I need them.
So, but now, I'm up whether I want to be or not. And it's before you or anybody else. And so I walk the dog, I feed the squirrels, I make the coffee, I sit there, I may play a few games on my phone and check the news. And, now because I'm selling things on eBay and other places, I'm putting orders together.
You're angry before I even get down here.
Because people are stupid.
You're already pissed off before I even get out of bed.
It's just the returns. It's just the reasoning for the return. Like if it's like I've been dealing with this shit for the last week and a half. Like if it's an honest mistake on my part, and you can attest to this, like I will make good on it and I will apologize.
Yes.
So that's not good enough for some people.
I made in 2021. 2021 was my year. Okay. Because I came into the full realization of fuck everybody. I'm gonna do me. I was single. I was, I was for most of it.
No, I'm
I was
stretching
single.
my eyelids.
I was, I was home. I wasn't working. I was working for myself. I was doing all of these things and everything. But 2021, I read something.
You did?
Shut up. I read something somewhere that said that, a part of sort of like decompressing first thing in the morning, like I have a tendency to wake up not panicky, but like almost like I'm late for something every day, even when I'm not even remotely close to it. And I followed the idea that I'm not going to look at my phone for an hour.
Yeah, that's smart.
A full hour.
I've heard that before.
And it was glorious. I was like, no text messages, no social media. I would get up. I would go make a cup of coffee, would walk the dog. I would get back in bed. I would decompress a little bit. I would do some yoga when I was still able to do yoga, when my body still,
I remember those days.
My body still, had some cartilage left. And then I would wind up my day. And it was fantastic. And I've tried so many times to say, maybe there are other things that you could do if you wake up in the middle of the night to sort of soothe yourself back to sleep, or, maybe things that wouldn't make you so angry first thing in the morning.
You're talking about me.
Yeah. But I don't think I can. I don't think I could ever impress upon you. Like, maybe don't look at your phone for a little while.
You want to hear something wild? Back in 2006 to 2008, I was working at CVS in my hometown.
Sorry.
And yeah. And I'll never forget this. Back then, and I don't even know why, but like I still had a flip phone at the time. I wouldn't turn the phone on until I got to work. Now, nice. I would usually, and sometimes not even like as soon as I got to work, like I distinctly remember turning my phone on, because I would get there around 8:00 in the morning. I wouldn't turn it on till like 10 or 11. I wouldn't turn the phone on. Now, I didn't have texting at the time.
No.
I didn't have internet capability on the phone. It was literally just calling and like maybe the Snake game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't get
in 2006.
I didn't get texting until 2009.
Okay.
I didn't want it. I didn't. I was adamant I did not want it.
I got it specifically so that I could do it during class.
But the thing is, like at 8:00, from between 8 and 10, like who's calling me or who am I calling? Like, I'm at work. I shouldn't be calling anybody.
Right.
And nobody's going to need to get a hold of me that badly.
We all had landlines at that point.
Unless, it was my parents and it was an emergency.
Right.
Like, but other than that, I'm not checking eBay. I'm not checking TCG. I'm not checking Facebook. Like,
that was also back in the time when we were counting text messages.
Those were, exactly. Those were back in the days where if you were going on Facebook or any social media, you were doing it from your desktop or your laptop at your house or at school in your leisure. Mm-hmm. Like, you didn't have to be on your phone and be like, oh my God, who's saying what about me right now? Like, it's, oh man, those were the days.
Yeah.
What did we put a pin in? I wanted to get back to that. Rewind. We should have called this the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast in what? Hard-boiled eggs. What did we put a pin in? I don't know. I remember in my youth, in the youth of my early 30s, in the youth of my early 30s, and my late 20s, I would be out. I was a wild child. I was a wild child as an adult. And I would be out at all hours of the night. I mean, we wouldn't even go out. Thursday nights was our New Paltz night. I would go up to Wappingers. We'd have dinner. We would, everyone would be taking a nap until it was time to leave, until it was time to get ready to leave. So I would be in the living room wide awake, watching TV while everyone in their apartment, my friends, were all sleeping because two of them were working. And then one of them was he was a party animal. I wonder if you still are, you out there. You know who I'm talking about. And One of my fabulous gay friends, who was a dance machine, and we would go out dancing and drinking,
Like
and
my
everything
equivalent
like
of roadie.
only much more enthusiastic about everything.
Oh, he's got some competition now.
And we would not leave. We would not leave until 9 p.m. Like, we wouldn't even leave until 9 p.m. And we would close down maybe between like 3 and 4, and then go out to eat, usually, to sop up some of the alcohol, go back, and everyone would pass out. I, even then, being out until 4 or 5 a.m., right? I even then had a hard time sleeping past 10 a.m. But I remember being able to sleep past 10 a.m. When you and I first started dating in my late 30s.
Mid-30s.
Late 30s.
Mid-30s.
Late 30s.
37 is not late.
It is. It's the early late 30s. You have 1, 2,
Jesus
3,
Christ.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the late 30s. Okay.
All right.
So in my late 30s, you and I mean, I would come here, spend the night, and then I would have to go home to work and live, because I still lived there, get my house ready to be sold and stuff like that, be with my dog, who was not here yet. And I would get home at 9 a.m. I would walk her, and then I would go to sleep. For
those listening, there was still somebody in the house to take her out.
Yes, yeah. She wasn't home alone. But, I would typically, I would get home, I would walk her, and then I would go back to sleep. And I would sleep for another couple of hours, because it was difficult for me to sleep here at that point. And we would go to bed, but I would wake up constantly throughout the night. And that wasn't typical of me at that point. That's why I was so insistent that we find a new mattress.
I used to feel so terrible for Shorty, because up until we started dating, I was partying and going out and staying out late and all that. And, there were some nights where I'd stayed out all night, and I remember getting up super early, because I'm like, I have to get home to take Shorty out. I have to get home, and I'm rushing. I'm like, I'm coming.
Yeah.
But see, like, I remember when this all started, the whole like falling asleep at like 8 o'clock and shit. I remember we were doing Rat's Nest in 2022. And the last night, they kept pushing our set time, remember? We were sitting outside, just...
Yeah, I remember.
Smoking and waiting, and it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? These people are taking so long. And then they just keep they're bantering and everything. It's like, our set time was supposed to be, I think, 11 or 11:30. It got pushed to midnight. Then it got pushed to 12:30. I think we didn't end up going on until 1 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like a night at Snappers. Like,
you think that was when it started?
That's okay. Maybe not start, but like that's the earliest back that I can recall. Because I remember dozing off outside waiting to go on.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
On our second date, you and me, on our second date, you cooked for me. Okay. And then we watched Dracula. And you conked out on me. On our second date. Now, in all fairness, on our third date, I don't remember what we were watching, but then I fell asleep. And they say that that's a sign of true comfort with someone.
And I was only, 33 at the time.
Yeah. So, I'm like, and that was, probably around the same time. And then it started getting to the point where it was like we would get into bed and you would fall asleep.
That is,
or you would fall asleep on the you would fall asleep on the sofa even if we weren't upstairs.
I would fall asleep with my head in your lap.
Yes. And I was like, well, I'll just take it as a compliment.
You start stroking my hair when I had it, and.
But I
remember now. Yeah, I do remember that.
You used to fall asleep, so maybe it's me. Maybe you're not bored with life. Maybe you're just really comfortable.
Yeah, well, because that's the other thing too, is that like, no matter how little sleep I perceive that I'm getting, I'm still functional.
Well, although also you fall asleep when it's not nighttime. Like, you seem to have trouble sleeping when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
when I'm here and I'm doing things and everything, you don't have a hard time falling asleep or being asleep at all. But you do wake up panicked all the time.
Well, because the other thing too is that, like, despite emptying the tank before bed, I still wake up like a couple hours after I've fallen asleep having to go again, and it's just like, oh crap, it's time for a prostate exam.
Well, you
Like,
can always ask for one.
I'm not
I mean, you're only a few years away from it.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just annoyed at the fact that, like, okay,
Get your prostate checked.
No, again, I'm not worried. I'm just pissed that, like, okay, I took a leak before bed, but it's like, okay, I went to bed, what, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, whatever it is. It's like 2 a.m. and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I shouldn't have to do this for another like 4 hours. Like, what the hell?
I always, anytime I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm always very, very, like, I move like a cat burglar because I don't want to wake you up and I don't want to wake her up.
But here's what sends me into a panic, and I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but it's also equally annoying, is the fact that throughout the year, the consistency of the mucus in my nose. Really? I can't just say mucus?
The consistency of the mucus in your nose.
Yes, depending on the time of year, it either hardens, loosens, whatever it is. But if I don't empty that tank before bed either, I wake up in a panic feeling like I can't breathe. Because if I can't breathe through my nose, it's just like...
that's why I sleep with a thingy on every night now.
So...
Because I went to an ENT who was like, there is absolutely nothing wrong with your sinus cavity. And I'm like, well, then why can I not breathe?
I hate feeling like I can't breathe. That freaks me, especially if you're in a dead sleep and you feel like you can't breathe, like, because that'll wake me up.
Yeah.
Oh.
The hardest thing is that if I wake up in the middle of the night and it's dark and it's quiet, I will not be able to fall back asleep, which is why I have the Bluetooth headband now, so that I can put something on, even white noise, something on my phone. It won't wake anybody up, but it will sort of like centralize my brain.
See, back in those days of, being on the computer and having the TV on like all night and staying up late and everything, there were nights where I'd stayed up all night, like either recording music or doing whatever. But like, I used to use the sleep timer on the TV.
Yeah.
And I used to rely on Bob Ross and whoever to fall asleep to every single night. But then I spent a considerable amount of time living with somebody who had to have nothing on. And I'm like, it made falling asleep really difficult.
Yeah.
And so, but eventually I got used to that. So much so that by the time we got together, it's like, I'm so sorry, but like, I need nothingness.
Yes, but I was giving you nothingness for quite some time, because I got to the point where I'm just like, he's complaining that he can't fall asleep because of the TV being on. So I said, okay, fine. I got the Bluetooth headphones so that I could have it on my phone. It'll help me fall asleep. And then you're just like, it has to be on. It has to be on so that Bob Ross can be on. And it's just like, so when do I win? When do I get it right?
I don't know.
I did my fucking best, man.
You've been giving me Bob Ross, which is great.
Yes.
That's helping me. Thank you.
Because I'm just like, okay, fine. He wants Bob Ross, fine. And then if it's no good, then turn it the fuck off. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. I did my best. I tried to follow the book.
It's Bob Ross, but where was I going with this? No, because there are some nights where you put like Lucy or Bob's Burgers or whatever on, and that's, to me, that's way too stimulating.
But that's while I'm awake watching TV.
Yeah.
See, I'm not going to, and I love you.
I love you too.
But when you fall asleep at 9 p.m., I'm not going to sit in the dark on my phone. That's not fair to me.
I understand.
But when it's time for bed, I always put Bob Ross on for you. So that way, yes, if this is what he needs, it's what he needs. Because I try to be accommodating, as I try to be accommodating in the mornings. And you are the most accommodating person to me in the morning ever. Because I got to a point where I was getting annoyed when I was still living with my ex and we were still sharing, a bedroom and stuff like that. I got so fucking angry because the man would tie his shoes sitting on the bed, and and I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, you have to go somewhere else. I'm like, he's like, what am I doing? And I was like, you're literally bouncing the whole fucking mattress just by tying his shoes. I'm like, how aggressively do you do this?
How is this me being accommodating?
Because you're quiet. you really do try not to disturb me. And and I'm usually half awake at that point. I can hear you doing things and everything like that. But you're not like, well, I have to do these things, so fuck her if it bothers her.
Yeah, no, that's not the sign of a good person.
No, it's not, is it?
Like,
the
funny thing, like, I have conversations like this with so many of my friends because I've lived with a lot of people in my lifetime. I've lived with exes, roommates, you, and these people. Yeah, these
3 now.
A lot of these people that I talk to have lived with far less, if any at all. You know, like, aside from their families, and it's just like, and that's a whole nother topic we can get on, is the people I know now, especially the youngins, who have no desire whatsoever to branch out on their own. It's like they're totally comfortable at home being babied and catered to, and it's just like, I couldn't wait to get out of my parents' house.
Yeah.
Like,
I never went back. My sister went back for a while because she was working in New Jersey and stuff, but I never went back to my parents' house.
There were 2 times I had to go back. One was right, when I got out of the old place, right before I got into this place, and another was a time we will say for another episode.
Right.
But that was only for 2 months. And speaking of the breakfast, like,
the breakfast club.
I adored that time, those 2 months, because I'm like, I'm gonna make the best of a bad situation. I would get up. My mother and I would sit together at the table. She'd be in her goddamn rollers and her robe, and would have, like, I had my Pillsbury toaster strudel.
Did she make it for you?
She certainly did. How old was I? I was 28 at the time.
Oh God!
And and then her breakfast consisted of a large variety of vitamins and pills.
Yeah.
And a cup of coffee, and we would sit there and we would just start giggling every time each one of us let out a little toot.
Well,
like,
it's the morning.
Gushcorn.
It has to happen.
And then she'd be like, Andrew, please take Shorty out before you leave. I'm like, okay, fine. Because Shorty was with them at the time.
I wish I could remember what we were going to put a pin in. I don't know. I've had people tell me so many times, and real people in real life as well as internet people who were like, we heard it our whole lives that breakfast is the most important meal of the day and everything, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'm like, what does it matter? And it's like breakfast.
Break fast.
Let's talk. I understand the concept of breaking fast and everything, but it's like, let's talk about breakfast real quick. When they talk about breakfast, they mean breakfast foods, including what? Cereal, fruit, eggs,
Well, it's different depending on the culture.
But that's just it. Is that like, if I get up in the morning, right? If I get up in the morning and I eat, half a container of cold fried rice, there's my breakfast. I broke my fast with cold fried rice. And people be like, that's not breakfast.
It's
like, why fucking not? That's what breakfast is.
Cold pizza for us.
It's like, who cares? Who cares what it is? If the point is that you should eat in the morning, what does it matter what you eat?
I still want to go into a place that does pizza by the slice and just be like, give me a cold one. And they're like, sure you don't want to heat it up? I'm like, listen, if a slice is good cold, it can't be bad hot. I find that impossible.
It is what it is.
And I do love me a cold slice the morning after.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
Every time I'm eating cold pizza, you look at me and you say, you're not even going to heat that up?
I don't think I've ever seen you eat cold pizza.
Yeah. When you make pizza and it's left over.
I don't think I've ever seen you.
Love.
I don't ever recall seeing you eat a cold slice.
Then you obviously don't recall every time you've seen me do it. You're just like, you're not even going to heat that up?
I don't recall this either.
Every time. Every time.
I think you're making this up.
No, I'm not making it up. I'm not. Every time. And it's not just pizza too. It's other things. Like when I was eating the cold pasta. You're not even going to heat that up? You're just eating it cold? And I'm just like, yeah, I don't mind cold food. To which you always respond with, oh, I don't do cold food.
That's not true at all. I've eaten plenty of cold food.
I know it's not true. And yet, these are the things that you say to me on a regular basis.
Like, you see me chowing down on cold chicken all the time.
I know, which is why I'm like, you confuse the shit out of me.
What kind of Twilight Zone episode are we doing right now? Jeez.
I don't remember when I started drinking coffee out of a straw.
I thought you were going to say, I don't remember when I started drinking.
No, I don't remember when I started drinking coffee out of a straw. It must have been...
It's at least been since we've been together.
No, it must have been back when I first started getting all of like the heavy duty dental work done, because the whole thing was like try to bypass it and everything. So I tried, I tried drinking coffee, and now I always drink coffee through a straw. I've tried not using a straw, and I have dribbled all over myself. And now I realize that to this day, I now drink just about everything with a straw.
I used to always drink through a straw just because it's like, ooh, straw, fun. And then it was like, and then at some point I was just like, now I have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
It's not like, necessary or unnecessary. It's just like, I feel like if I go to McDonald's or a fast food place, like, and because of the cups with the lids, okay, you're getting a straw. You're taking this to go. But like if we're sitting down somewhere and they're bringing me a soda, like,
you never get a straw.
Yeah. And then I end up getting it in my food catcher.
When I was a kid, obviously, at my grandma's house, we had crazy straws. Now, at my house, we had, we always got like a box of the bendy straws and stuff like that.
See, we never had those.
But like we had a couple of crazy straws at my grandma's house.
The ones you get in the bottom of a cereal box.
Probably. I don't remember exactly. They must have come from cereal because my grandma was the one who bought the sugary cereal, and I don't know when I had like a come to Jesus moment when it came to crazy straws. And I realized that there is
wide open for those who can't
there
see.
Is legitimately no way on the face of this earth that you can clean those.
No.
There's literally no way to clean the inside of a crazy straw.
Unless you run incredibly hot water
at some point in my lifetime.
At which point they'll just melt anyway.
I realized that and was like, "Huh."
Did you send them through the dishwasher too and then ruin them?
No. I didn't start dishwashering my straws until I started using the metal ones.
Let's put a pin in that for a second.
We're never going to remember what it is.
Dishwashering?
Yes, I said it.
Dishwashering.
Shakespeare made up words. Why can't I?
Nobody ever said you can't make up words, but...
Dishwashering, as in to run through the dishwasher.
That's dishwashing.
Is it? Is it? Prove it. I've heard.
It is too early for our updated list. Maybe it's not.
No. It is. The only things on that list that I can think of are the things that we added while we were watching Wolf of Wall Street. And while we're on the topic of morning things, I want to show the world. I want to show the internet while you're doing that.
We can always get more.
The birds leave me feathers all the time, and this is a really pretty one. I'm happy to have this one.
At what point did we say Jesus died for your butt stuff?
I don't remember. It must have been sometime around Easter.
I remember the last episode we finished off with Beef Loose and Teddy Doyle.
I don't remember Teddy Doyle.
From Teddy Doyle. What show was that from that we were watching? Was that How I Met Your Mother? I don't know.
I don't know.
The window in your underpants.
I feel like it was Suits.
Please pull down your pants and look in the mirror.
I don't have the brain capacity for this right now. But we did the stuff during Wolf of Wall Street. That was funny.
What stuff during Wolf of
That
Wall
was the additions to the list. Like I've heard.
Oh yeah. It's like you got my money taped to your tits. I think you do work for me.
Oh God.
That was crazy. Fucking Jonah Hill getting sick from snorting fake cocaine.
Well, Buddy Epson almost died from being painted with aluminum.
Yeah, but it's like, in 2013 they had movie tricks and movie magic and shit. It's like you didn't have to snort vitamin B. Like you could have just made it look like you were blowing something up a straw.
Well, it depends on,
like it's totally possible
the photography
to fake it. Like,
well, it depends on the photography and
maybe he just really liked putting things up his nose.
Maybe it was a choice that the actors made. They were like, I wanted, I want it to be as real as possible. Yeah. I don't know. What were we talking about? What did we just want to put a pin in?
Do you want to pause and rewind?
No.
Want to take a commercial break? We're really good. We have those.
Nah. Oh man.
Are we not running ads anymore?
We're running ads.
We're still running ads?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't choose where I only tell them this is the point in the episode where you run the ads. It's up to them to run it.
I was going to say, because I haven't heard any in a bit, but
It depends on where you're listening also.
What do you mean where?
Like if you're listening through Podbean, if you've downloaded the Podbean app, you're more likely to hear ads because the advertisers are advertising through Podbean.
Well, now nobody's going to listen to Podbean.
Please download the Podbean app and like and follow our show. It means the world
to us.
Not
our show, our show.
This show. That Talking Podcast. Yeah. This show, our show.
Nobody wants to listen to our show.
But yeah, I really wish I could remember what we were putting a pin in, because now there's two things and I can't remember either one of them. Damn. Maybe I should eat breakfast.
Maybe
my brain would be more functioning.
That's
the thing, is that my brain functions for the most part first thing in the morning. I'm running at a good 90% brain capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's my body that is not functioning in the morning. My hands are usually at like maybe a 70%, and my legs are at a good 66.
See, my body is running at 90%, and my brain is running at like 25%.
My body. That's why everyone's just like, you should go for a walk or a run or do your workout first thing in the morning. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. And I was like, you don't understand that my body does not work in the morning.
There have been days where I've wanted to wake you up and just be like, come enjoy the day with me. The squirrels are out and the sun's rising, and you drink the coffee and let's take all this in together. And then I'm like, I can't do that because that's not fair.
As much as I would adore having that time with you, right? I would love to picture you, gently rousing me. Okay.
Just like
that.
And
then you and I sitting, your arm around me, under a blanket with a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise and the birds and everything like that. I know that if I got down here and you were in that chair with the phone in your hand, I would lose my mind. I would be like, I'm awake. It'd be like, I'm awake and I'm down here.
Well,
put your fucking phone away.
Here's the thing.
Because again, I am not a morning
There's
person.
always Tuesday. Tuesday's coming.
Yeah.
So I happen to be off. I'm off this Tuesday while you guys are probably listening to this. So, that means that, what you're describing could very well happen.
It could.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, I've also said that it would be lovely for you to actually be in the bed next to me so that I could roll over and give you a big hug.
Now, hold on a second. In the last 4 years, there's no way that hasn't happened.
In the last 2 years, however, you have told me flat out, well, I'm awake and I don't want to wake you up.
I don't want to wake you up. And plus, there's been things to do in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because we've extensively been feeding the birds.
Yes, and there will be demands. We will get letters if we don't feed them on time.
I've had immense amounts of orders to fill that I don't want to fall behind on.
Yeah.
I like to be able to have my coffee, take care of them, take care of Sadie, do the orders before I start getting ready for. Like, it's just a routine that I've gotten used to.
I understand.
I can get used to a new routine.
I absolutely understand that. But like on your days off, like if you know that my wife wakes up typically between like 7:30 and 8 a.m., it's like, then just come back to me.
We haven't been playing as much as frequently as like I used to, like say 10 years ago. So I'm not used to the playing out.
You with the bands,
right?
Gotcha.
So
I'm like,
I'm out of.
We play all the time.
I'm out of the. We'll get to that. I'm out of the loop of, constantly traveling and constantly being out until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. and then falling asleep between 1 and 2 and getting up at 5 or 6 or 7 and then rushing to work and then functioning on even less sleep and like struggling to stay awake all those hours. So like that whole thing is, because we know plenty of people who are sending texts to each other all hours of the night, which is what Do Not Disturb is for.
Yeah. When you open a text conversation at 3 a.m. and you see that little notification that says
like 26 notifications,
this person has turned on Do Not Disturb.
Wait, that's a thing?
Oh yeah, when your phone is in Do Not Disturb and you open that text conversation, they will be informed that you have Do Not Disturb
really?
on. Yes.
So these schmucks have known.
Yes.
This entire time.
Yes.
Oh man.
Which is why they all deserve a dick punch. Okay?
Oh.
But it's also on you.
Me?
Yes, for opening it anyway. Because that's just it. The only thing that is allowed to come through my phone when I am on Do Not Disturb is you. That's the only thing. And that's in case of emergency.
A couple of times recently, I've actually, especially last, like if I don't have to go to work the next day, if it's the day before my day off, or if I have nothing going on, hell, there have been some work days where I just turn the phone straight off because I know I'm going to get up before the alarm goes off anyway. So It's just like, why bother? Like, give the phone a break, give the battery a break,
it's a brilliant idea in theory. It's a brilliant idea in practice.
I can't tell you how many times I've wished I could go back to the flip phone where it literally just makes calls. Like, fuck, I'll save...
That's called a burner.
I'll save Facebook, I'll save Instagram for laptop time and revert back. Because, fuck, I don't need to be on top of everything that's going on right when it happens. I don't need to be the first to know.
So, would you say that the phone is your problem? Because you've told me I don't need to know these things. I don't need these apps on my phone. But you do use them.
Well, that's what breaks are for. Because I've taken breaks from the phone. I've taken breaks from social media. I've taken breaks from selling. I've taken breaks from a lot of things. And then I come back to them because it's like, okay, why not? Breaks are important, people. That's the moral of the story. Breaks are important.
Like break fast.
Yeah. Oh, way to bring it back around.
Yeah, I brought it back around. I'm so good at that. That's what I do.
This was a good talk.
This was a good talk. Yes, you got to see us in our jammies, and and my coffee is just about gone. So I would say that this is a good time to wrap things up. We have to get Sunday started.
Yeah, exactly. The day has to begin.
The day must begin. Thank you out there in podcast land for listening. Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do, we'll do coffee clutches. We'll do a Sunday morning series at some point. But thank you for listening. Anyone who didn't catch my plug before, download the Podbean app and like and follow our show, That Talking Podcast, so that, it helps our stats and it helps our advertisers, and that makes us money, and that means that we're closer to working for you. And so all of those times we've said we don't work for you will no longer apply. So, go download the Podbean app, follow That Talking Podcast, share it, tell all your friends.
This Friday, October 24th.
Oh my God, it's this Friday?
It certainly is.
Oh, shit.
Dead Language Brewing, Hartford, Connecticut, Tax Collectors and Harlots, Cabaret Wrestling. I don't remember the other bands. I don't remember the other performers, but we'll be there. The beer is good. The food trucks are great. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah. If you find Tax Collectors and Harlots on Instagram, you can see all of the other bands who are on their flyer. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know why, but just as you said that, I thought of Waldo for some reason. If you can find Tax Collectors,
you can find Waldo too. I'll bet. We've never looked for Waldo on Instagram. We're gonna have to do that because I bet that motherfucker.
The day after, Saturday, October 25th,
Coat of Arms Tattoo in Bethel, Connecticut is doing your second annual Halloween Flash event. It's all day, 11 to 7 p.m.
The Strangers will be playing.
The Strangers will be playing around 5 p.m. Taco Bachi will be there, and they're having some guest artists from other shops in the area, as well as a portion of the proceeds going to Trista's Ride, which helps benefit cancer awareness. Please come out again, tell all your friends, and find them on social media, share the event. Good times, good people. And find Love Hard Art on Instagram. And because I'm getting a lot of them, if you are interested in a custom piece of art from me for the holidays, you need to get it in like immediately. Okay. Because the turnaround time, the more people that contact me about this, the turnaround time is getting longer and longer. So if you want it for the holidays, be sure to contact me either through DM on Instagram or on Etsy, please. And again, tell all your friends because it's how I live. It's how I live.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do a giveaway right now.
What are you giving away?
If you come to both events, the Cabra Wrestling Show in Hartford and the Coat of Arms Tattoo in Bethel, I will personally make you a custom That Talking Podcast back scratcher.
I wouldn't go so far as to say he's full of shit because I dare say that threat is very real. Because I have a feeling that this man
support
is gonna
good
try
causes,
and bring it back.
support your friends,
yes,
support your local artists,
support this show because we're your favorite, obviously.
Well, that sounds like a full lid to me.
That is a full lid, yes. And time to roll out the day. And from the three of us here at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star,
and I'm Downtown.
We'll talk to you later.